Hi everyone, this is Stacy with stampandsave.blogspot.com. Today I want to share with you how to make this really simple card. I used Tempting Turquoise on this card, and the one we're going to make today I'm going to change up a little bit. So the first thing I have here is a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is cut at 8.5 wide by 5.5 tall. I then scored it in the center at 4.25, and that's going to create our card base. Then I have a layer of Daffodil Delight. This is cut at 4 by 5.25. We're going to go ahead and glue that on. And I'm just using my Tombow glue here. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue this on. And you can most certainly use your snail adhesive for this part. Okay, put it on the front of your card, nice and centered. Okay. Then for my top piece, I have another piece of Whisper White. This is cut at 3 3¾ by 5. I did run this through the honeycomb embossing folder. You can see the design there. It's a really pretty design. And before we glue this down, I took a piece of Daffodil Delight Designer Series paper that came from the Brights paper stack. I cut that down to be 1/2 inch wide, 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down first. Just put glue on it and then run this across the side of your card. And you can use ribbon here if you'd like as well. And get that where you want it to go. Okay, get it nice and straight. And then we're going to cut off the excess piece. Okay, there we go. Now cut this off. And okay, so now we just created a little border to kind of break up the white a little bit. Alright, now we're going to glue this to our card base. Now if you're using snail adhesive, you want to be careful not to crush your embossing. Okay, we're going to put that on the front of our card as well, centering that on our Daffodil Delight piece. And just press lightly. Okay, so we have all that done. Now I have a piece of Daffodil Delight again. This is cut at 3 inches by 1.5. And I have a piece of Whisper White cut at 2 3/4 by 1.25. And they're going to layer on top. You can most certainly fan, make a banner the way I did that. I just took these two pieces, centering them, and line them up down here and just cut my banner out of both pieces together, then move this one over, and it created that layered look there. But I'm using a different stamp set that won't fit on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my block here and the stamp set. The stamp set I am using is For You. I really like this one, and we're going to be using the Thank You one. Let's go ahead and get that one out. Put this on our block. I'm also using Daffodil Delight ink. I'm going to hope I get this on here straight the first time. I'm going to kind of line it up for my grid. Okay. And then cross our fingers, we get it on there. So straight down, straight up. Okay, and then you see that? Pretty close. Alright, now we're going to glue that to that. I'm going to wipe it to clean my stamp and my fingers. I have glue on them. Alright, so let's take this piece and we're going to put our adhesive on the back of that. And then layer that on top of this piece here. Okay. Now if you want to dress it up, you can do that by adding pearls or rhinestones. I'm going to be using rhinestones, and I'm going to be using maybe 2, I think, here. And I'm using the smaller rhinestones. Just put 2 there for a little bit of sparkle on the card. Okay. I think that looks nice. Alright. Now we're going to use our dimensionals and pop this up. And I'm just using 2. I think 2 is fine here. Let's bring our card base back over. you can put this anywhere you like. I kind of like it going off-centered a little bit, also on my strip there. So lay it down gently, then we can kind of maneuver to make it straight. Alright, there you have it. Really simple card. Now if you want to dress this up more, you can. I showed this to my husband, and he said it looked kind of plain. So I took my petal, petite petal punch, and I stamped that in the same tempting turquoise I did on this card, and I added 3 little flowers. I have 1 on a dimensional, and I'm going to add them down here. Okay, so you can see how that looks. We're going to do the same thing for this card, but I think that it looks nice either way. Alright, let me go ahead and get my Whisper White scraps here, and my petite petal punch, or stamp. Okay, stamp this down. Alright, and now we're going to ink it up and stamp that down. Straight down, straight up. I'm going to do it over here. Okay, and then one more I think I can fit right here. Oh, no, not really. All right, let's do another piece right here. So I'm doing 3. All right, and then you would take your punch. And again, this is optional. Like I said, I think it looks really pretty being plain like that, but he thought maybe it needed something. Let's go ahead and get this lined up. Punch that one out, and then these ones as well. And you know, you can use a bigger flower punch if you'd like for a larger impact there, but I like this one. I really do like this stamp set. The petite petals. There's just something about the little flowers there being so little. You get that lined up again. All right, now you can add them to your card if you'd like, and I'm going to glue 2 down flat to my card here, and we'll use a dimensional on the other one. A little bit more glue there. Okay, I'm kind of doing it in the bottom corner there. Let's go ahead and get a dimensional, and we're also going to use a pearl or a rhinestone and one of those flowers to kind of make it match our greeting up there. Okay, before I take that pop dot off, I'm going to kind of fan these upward a little bit like that. Take that off. Put that down on the bottom. I think that looks really pretty. What do you think? Hopefully you guys can see that. Alright, now let's take another rhinestone. I think I'm going to use a bigger one of these larger ones down here, to fit inside there. Okay, just like that. So which one do you like better? I like that, and this one. Okay, so there you have a hello card, a thank you card, all from the same stamp set, which was the For You stamp set. And using, the optional one would be to use the petite petal punch if you'd like, but there's the one with the punch and then without. Like I said, I think they both look really pretty, but you can make them either way. But there you have it. Any questions, let me know, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.